Hello, hello. Guess what? It's game day. Don't ask me who's playing because I have no idea, but I know who's cooking, and that's me, Carrie, in the Zia Cooking Kitchen. Woohoo! Let's go, Lobos! Loving it. I'm so glad you guys are here today. I'm going to be making a lovely, lovely treat, like I'm always making lovely, lovely treats, right? And today we're going to be doing something that is delicious. It's a creamy jalapeno dip. Now, a lot of people who have come to my house and have tasted it asked me how I was able to get this secret recipe for Chewy's. I don't even know what Chewy's jalapeno dip is, but apparently the way I make it tastes identical to this national chain that originated in Austin and is now all over from Ohio, Nashville. So let's see what happens. I'm excited to be here. Make sure you click subscribe because I love you coming back for the party we have every week here in the Zia Cooking Kitchen. I'm glad you're here. Let's get going. Today we're going to make that creamy jalapeno dip, and you can't make it unless you make yourself a cocktail first. That's my secret. Now, of course, if it's before church, you might want to skip this step, but today I made myself a delicious paloma. I've posted this recipe before, so make sure you go down in the catalog and take a look at it. But I went ahead and I squeezed those fresh, delicious grapefruits, and this is going to be a delicious treat with my special dip I'm making today. What we're doing is we are using jalapenos. The main ingredient in a jalapeno dip is a jalapeno, okay? Don't be confused about that.
How many drinks did you have?
I just started. I've only had 3 sips. Using these jalapenos, I'm going to give you a little bit of tips and tricks. There we go. So looking at these, you see the smaller ones, you always can smell. They have a little bit more spicy scent to them. And then these bigger ones, they're more fleshy, they're more firm, and these have more of a mild taste to it. So I like to incorporate both. If you're not big on spices, you can use one, but when we're making our dip around here in the Zia Cooking Kitchen, we are using 3 today. What I did is I got a skillet and I put in 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. Vegetable oil is a very clean oil with no taste. It allows you to cook at a high temperature. I'm going to move this out of the way there. And so what I did is I put in my 3 jalapenos, and you can see, and I've been frying those up, and they are getting blistered. They look delicious. And to that oil mix, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in some white onion. And when I say some, woo, that was a good pop. We're going to duck those right in there, and we are going to drop in a couple of cloves of garlic. Now I go ahead and I let those saute for just a moment while we go ahead and we get everything ready for our blender in here. The other ingredients that we're going to be using today is some fresh lime. So we're going to squeeze that in. And I'm using a mini blender, but you can also use a food processor or a full-size blender if that's easier for you in your kitchen. I'm going to squeeze in all the juice from 1 full lime, and that's going right in there. And for spices today, I'm using garlic salt and some black pepper. So that's going in there. Now, one thing I like to incorporate for a creamy dip is homemade ranch dressing. You can make it with buttermilk, with spices. You can use a bottled ranch if you'd like, or you can use the powdered mix, whatever you'd like to do. But always make sure that you have a ½ cup of ranch dressing for this lovely dip that we're creating today. And that goes right in there. And the creaminess of the cream cheese. And so what I'm doing is I'm using 1/3 of a block of cream cheese. I'm using the ranch dressing, the fresh lime juice, garlic salt, and pepper, and that is it. And now we are going to go ahead and we are going to add these in. Now, being very careful, you want to go ahead. I included the seeds and the membranes. I'm dropping in these onions and the garlic. And I'm dropping that right in there, and I'm putting just a little smidge of that oil for some creaminess. So let's go ahead, and I'm looking for the top to my blender. Well, wow. What do you know there?
Do we need it?
Yes, bear with me just one moment. So sorry, guys. Thank you. Left it in the sink where I cleaned it and had it ready for us. Again, you know how the kitchen is, guys. You got to just roll with it. Thank goodness I have a Paloma to make it easier for me today. Let's go ahead and put this top back on.
Proof it's a live show.
It is. Look at that. And I take it out and I do one shake and I'm going to drop it back in for another 15 seconds. And that is it, guys. No easier than that. So what I do is, to get ready for serving, I make myself what I call my tower of chips. And that is where we have everything ready to go. And I'm going to add this directly to my dip bowl. And we are ready to start munching. This dip is fabulous for so many things. You can go ahead and put it on some things to kick them up, like your nachos, all sorts of lovely things to do. Go ahead and try this at your house and let me know what you think. This is hot, this is spicy, it's delicious. Oh my gosh, I'm going in for another one, guys. Woo! Loving this dip. Woo! Hot. You would think I did drink a Paloma.
This is real. It's like you really took this.